Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Cynthia Smith. I am the host and creator of the Intuitive Hypnotherapy podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I am the owner of Intuitive Hypnotherapy, a practice here in California, where I help people level up in their personal lives. I help people with intuitive readings. I help people with hypnotherapy and a host of other intuitive skills and whatnot. Today, we are going to do something pretty magnanimous. So for the bulk of this podcast, if you listen to your podcast while driving, this is not the podcast to listen to while driving, because I'm going to do Reiki. We're going to talk about Reiki. And because I channeled this spiritual energy at such a high vibration, and the meditation and the Reiki session will be on such a high vibration, don't drive, don't operate heavy machinery. It's going to be a blast. We are going to settle in, and we are going to feel our own energy field. We are going to feel our own energy traveling through our bodies. And then we are going to feel the energy pass through our bodies, the chi pass through our bodies. And then as we progress, we're going to feel the energy that goes through our aura bubble out into the world as we know it. And it's already starting to vibe in my personal space, and out into our home or our office, out into our community, out beyond that, into the universe as we know it. And we will then feel this profound connectedness to everything that's in the universe. So don't drive. This is not the podcast to listen to while driving, because even your subconscious mind will take you to that higher place. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay. Granted, this is for entertainment purposes, but my healing vibrations are no joke. Just don't do it. Okay. Sit down, buckle in, enjoy this stuff. Reiki, clairvoyant energy. We're all energy, right? This is the TED Talk part of this. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. You know, our good buddy Einstein, it can be transmuted. It can be changed, right? It happens all the time. And you can change grief into joy. You can change pain into pleasure. You can turn a wound into healing. It happens all the time. There is spontaneous healing for every condition known to man. It happens all the time. Why not to you? That vibration of ultimate healing is out there if we just tap into it. We can have that vibration. We can have that level of peace. We can have that level of joy if we choose to level up. Myself included, we just oftentimes don't. We watch too much television. We eat processed food. That's not live, right? We get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the modern world, and that takes us out of our space. It takes us out of our interconnectedness to one another. There's so much going on right now that we have forgotten how similar we are rather than dissimilar. When we remember the interconnectedness that we are to the God of our heart, whatever that looks like to you, and we immerse ourselves in that healing, in that golden light, then we have that beautiful ray of light to share with everyone. And we can invite them to level up with us, to raise our vibration. We can be the porch light that others want to come and settle under. And we don't have to say a word. You're like, I don't know what's going on over there, but I just want to be in that bubble. Now, nobody's going to give me credit for this, except, a couple of my psychic friends. But the complex that I had my office at, when I took over the space, it had been empty for a year. And there were a lot of spaces in this complex. It was rather decrepit, and there were a lot of empty spaces, right? So the owners were hemorrhaging money. It just is. It's just a fact. You can check the ledgers. So yours truly moves in. I bring in some guides, some angels, bring in some light, some connection to source, raise my vibration, raise the vibration of my site. And within months, every single space is rented. Every single one. Now it's a small complex, but now the owner of the complex is making revenue that she wasn't prior to my moving in. Again, am I going to get credit for that? No. Do you believe it? You don't have to. But the data is there. Could it be coinky dink? Sure. But do I believe that that's because I raised the vibration? Yeah. Yeah. And it can be that simple. Just raise the vibration, and then people want to move in. People want to be there. Now, am I going to get credit for having 15 people in a yoga class of a gym I just joined? I've been wanting to join this gym for years, because they do both spin and Pilates, and those are my jam because they're not hard on my joints. And I get permission from my doctors. So this is, and it's a small gym, and the classes, they're not really highly populated, but I join. Okay. Typical class. And these classes have been going on for years. I've known about the gym for at least 5 years. Okay. The average class size, this many people. And for those that are listening, I put up 4 fingers. So Saturday, 15. Now, granted, it's a small classroom, so 15 is a full class. Do I get credit for it? No. Could it be quinky dink? Of course. Or could I be raising the vibration and inviting people to match? Yeah. You don't have to say a thing. You have to do anything. All you have to do is be that light. Be happy. The work I do, the work that I am presenting in this podcast, that I teach my clients, that I'm teaching you in this podcast, I've literally rewired my brain. Now, sometimes I can be self-critical still. I can be a little bit critical to others. It hasn't completely wiped out. I'm still on a human journey, but I used to be, and I'm a product of my environment. But I used to be very dour. I mean, I tried to be happy and goofy, but you know, I was a glasses half empty kind of gal. And from doing this work and healing a lot of my demons and a lot of my programs, I call myself a radical optimist. I believe in my soul that there's a healing out there for everything. Anything you want to heal, there's a healing out there for it. There is a solution for any problem you can throw at. Now, it is not necessarily something that our logical human minds can come up with. Granted, it might be bigger than our little tiny human brains can comprehend. But whatever problem we have, there's a solution. I believe that. I call myself a radical optimist. Things will always look up. I've got a ton of stuff going on right now. But all my people, all my helpers are like, but you're so positive about it. Like, I like working with you because you know that it's going to get better. And I'm like, yeah, it will. This is a hiccup. It's a hiccup. It'll get better. So if you want to rewire your brain, if you want to level up, if you want to feel interconnected to the tribes of man, if you're willing to consider that people that you don't like or don't think that you like, you could actually be friends with, that you could actually heal with, let's do it. We're all humans. We're all here on the journey, right? This is what we're here to do, right? Everybody's got a story. Everybody is a little bit broken. We all a little bit broken. Let's all help each other get fixed, right? I got a wrench. You got a screwdriver. Somebody else got a hammer. Come on, let's get together. Let's fix this. So what we're going to do today is some really powerful stuff. This is a Reiki technique. It's also a psychic technique. Just going to raise our vibration. Actually, we did something similar in acupuncture. Well, it was cool in acupuncture, because we did Tai Chi, and Tai Chi is about moving energy, right? And in acupuncture and in chiropractic, they talk about life force, right? Innate intelligence. The body knows how to heal itself. So nothing's new, right? Nothing's new. We're just channeling it in different ways. We're just packaging it in different ways. I'm giving you access if you allow it. I'm helping you peel back the layers, if you will. And I did this with a shaman when I was pregnant with my daughter in chiropractic college, where we felt the chi between our hands. And that was very cool. And then when I was after I'd graduated chiropractic college, and I graduated with a degree and a baby. So I'm a little bit of an overachiever. And then in psychic school, went to a place called the Interconnection Institute, which is an offshoot from the Berkeley Psychic Institute. And now I work with a gal named Anita from a place called Journey Within. So if you actually want to go to psychic school, it's the physical school is in Denver, and she also has virtual classes, because who doesn't have virtual classes these days? I do all my sessions via the Zoom these days. And so when I went to psychic school, they actually called it meditation classes when I started. And I did meditation with a Buddhist nun, did that. And the mind clearing meditation really didn't work for me because that was a nap. So I really like this type of meditation because it's active imagination. It's guided imagery. You know, yoga nidra is very guided imagery. It gives your mind something to do. And so the psychic tools that we use are guided imagery. Our brains are very, very powerful and yet underutilized. So when I talk about psychic tool or psychic tools, it's our imagination. So to the degree you're willing to play, to the degree you can use these tools. So anyway, so in psychic school, we learn to play with the energy between our hands. That's what I'm doing right here. Just playing with the energy between our hands. And so we did this a lot at the Institute. We did a lot of healings, healing of one another. We practiced that. And that really benefited me as a chiropractor because I could feel, you know, on people's bodies. I could feel it when I was hovering over, if it was hot or cold, you know, or if it vibrated or didn't vibrate. And in acupuncture, I started studying acupuncture when I was in chiropractic college, so back in 1990. Both in chiropractic and acupuncture, they say that you start throwing your chi or moving your own energy before you thrust in an adjustment, or before you insert the needle. You're starting to throw your energy, your chi, before you apply the adjustment or before you insert the needle. So everything is energy flow. See, there's a lot of overlap in all of these disciplines. So I'm playing with energy, playing with an energy ball. And if you're listening on the podcast, I'm just holding my hands about the size of a small basketball, and I'm feeling the energy between my palms. If you watch this on YouTube, you can see me. I'm not perfectly in frame, but you get the gist. And then when I moved to California and went back to acupuncture school to get my master's, we had to do Tai Chi and Qigong to learn how to move Qi with our hands before we even started with needles. Now, I had 18 years experience before I'd even done this. So I was already well aware, you know, plus my psychic training and on like this, but I put on a baby brain when I went into school. It's like, let me just take in the information. But when we did this exercise, this was really fun for me because I did have so much experience. And so doing Tai Chi and moving the energy, I could see it almost like you see it in the movies. And I could see like energy trails coming out of my hands. And so the choreography of the Tai Chi, I didn't get very easily because my human what do they call it? The lizard brain, didn't appreciate that it wasn't even, because I had done dance in my youth and in my early 20s, and it was always even right side to left side. And in doggone Tai Chi, you don't do necessarily everything the same on the left and the right. And my brain didn't quite figure that out. So it was a little tougher for me. And it wasn't in 4/4 time or waltz, which is 3/3. Anyway, so, but still we're moving energy, and then Qigong even more so, moving energy. And then Qigong, it was really about, they said, deflecting energy, and because you had to know about yin and yang and moving energy and receiving energy, the receptiveness, the push and the pull of energy, and understanding the yin and the yang, the dark and the light, the up and the down, the give and the take. And from a universal standpoint, I think that's why the world right now is somewhat out of balance. And some people would say it's a lot out of balance, because there has to be that balance, the give and the take, the up and the down, the dark and the light. And if you know about Chinese medicine, if you know about yin and yang, if you know the yin and yang symbols, you'll see that there's a little bit of a white dot in the black, and you'll see a little bit of a black dot in the white. So there's always a little bit of lightness in the dark. There's always a little bit of darkness in the light. So they call it interconnectedness. And so when there's sunset, there's always a little bit of light in the dark. And then at sunrise, there's always a little bit of darkness in the light. So their interconnectedness, everything kind of moves together. Okay, they're interdependent. So we need both. We need light and dark. We need give and take. We need abundance and we need depletion, right? We need both. So we're going to raise our vibration, okay? And that's going to help us to appreciate all that we have in this world and our interconnectedness. So if you're ready, we're going to take a deep breath. Go ahead and find yourself a nice comfy seat. Get a drink of water. We're going to take a short break so that you can get your space. I'm going to get my space really quick and clean out from the talk, and then we'll get right into it. All right. So be seated or lying down for this. And if you're working with a partner, have them seated but not touching you, okay? And be in the center of your head. We're going to mix mediums here. Grounded. Have your grounding cord, tube of light that connects the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the earth. Have the center of the earth look like a meadow or pasture, something that tube of light can really ground into. And have your grounding cord as wide as you are, as wide as your hips. And then make your grounding cord 10% wider. Make it 10% more grounded, 10% more tethered. This is going to be big stuff today. So really make yourself grounded. And be a point of light in the center of your head, behind your eyes and in between your temples. And I need you to stay there today, because you're going to want to travel, go out into the bubble and whatnot. And you can, just not on my watch. So be in the center of your head. where you can be neutral. This is the center. This is your sixth chakra. This is your knowingness. And this is where you can record all these steps so you can do it again and do it safely if you choose. And then be in your bubble, your aura. That's your personal space, your energy field. It's 3 feet around you in all directions. And from the center of your head, just check in with all of your chakras. Your root chakra at the base of your spine. It connects in with your grounding cord. If you're running energy, that's that loop of energy that comes up through your feet chakras from the center of the earth, runs through the legs, through the grounding cord, and back down to the center of the earth. Cleans out your first chakra and your leg channels. See your second chakra, that's your relationship space, sexuality. See that one spin. Your third chakra, that's your power center. Your fourth chakra behind your sternum. It's where you give and receive love. Give and receive love to one another. It's also where you give and receive love to yourself. Your throat chakra, your fifth chakra, that's your communication space. Make sure that one is open so you hear this communication. Your sixth chakra, make sure it is clear and spinning. And stay as a point of light in the center there. And then your seventh chakra. Seventh chakra is at the top of your head, also known as your crown chakra. And in this quiet place in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, if you can, listen for or feel for your heartbeat. Some of you know how to find your heartbeat. Some of you can sense it. Some of you know where to feel on your wrist or neck. Some of you will just imagine your heartbeat. All are correct. Find your heartbeat. And then notice that your chakras have a pulse exactly the same as your heartbeat. Your chakras pulse with your heart very gently, very subtly, as they spin They are within the rhythm of your body. Notice how you go deeper into trance and your heart rate slows. The pulsing of your chakras slows as well. And from time to time, depending on where your mind goes, the pulsations might go up, might go down. It's all perfect. So notice that gentle heartbeat, pulsations of your chakras. Notice them. Notice that pulsation goes out to your bubble. It's very subtle, almost imperceptible, but you can tell. You can tell it's there. And because it matches your own heart rate, it's soothing. It's comforting. It's healing. Now you can raise your hands, or you can imagine that you're raising your hands in your mind's eye. And pull your hands out about 6 inches. And imagine that you can feel energy between your two hands. It might feel like tingling. It might feel like warmth. It might feel like electricity. It might feel like cotton balls. It might feel like nothing. It might feel like something different that we can't name. Take a moment and let that sensation, whatever it is, just be. And let your heart pulse, your chakras pulse. Notice how everything is falling into a rhythm. And once you begin to feel something, anything between your hands, start moving them around. Move them closer together. Feel what you feel. Move them farther away. Feel what you feel. Shift your hands around. Feel what you feel. Bring them closer together. Do whatever you like. And notice that the energy that you feel in your hands begins to have the same heartbeat as your bubble, as your chakras, as your heart. Because this is your energy. You are noticing an extension of yourself. How cool is that? And you can keep your hands up if you like. You can extend them as wide as your bubble and feel the energy out to the edge of your bubble. You can relax your hands down in your lap, palms up or palms down, whatever feels good for you. Just feel what you feel. Notice your heart rate. Notice the energy of your chakras. Notice the energy of your bubble. And from the center of your head, imagine a bright light connecting your seventh chakra, your crown chakra, to the universe, to the supreme being, the God of your heart. It could be a tube of light. Could be a gold shimmer. Doesn't matter. Just allow yourself to have a connection, a direct energetic connection from your crown chakra to the God of your heart. And let there be an energy flow. And notice what happens to your bubble. Stay in the center of your head. Stay grounded. Stay in your bubble. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your connectedness. And allow your bubble to expand. And allow that heartbeat to expand.
And maybe it's out there 4 feet from you. Maybe that's a safe space. And you're connected to the God of your heart. And you can feel your heartbeat. And you can feel your connectedness with Source. And you feel safe. And allow yourself a moment from the center of your head to see beyond your bubble and see everything that is beyond your bubble. See yourself as the light, as the love, as the healing that you are. And see yourself connected to the God of your heart and shining out from that center point, from that heart space. Be there now. And just see what it feels like to feel the energy that you were created from, the energy that created everything. That stardust. And feel your heartbeat. And maybe hear the heavens' heartbeat match yours. Maybe imagine that you're floating in the heaven. And maybe imagine when you're floating in the heaven that you're feeling even more interconnected. And you can feel that energy, that Reiki, that spiritual energy that we are all made from, flowing through you. And it's only there to heal you. You can be that porch light. If you need a healing in your physical body, imagine that it's happening now. Imagine that it's happening in this moment, at this high vibration. Don't overthink it, just allow it. If you need healing in your finances, imagine that it's happening now, that the universe is there to provide it. If you need healing in your relationships, imagine that it's happening now, If you need healing in any other facet of your life, just imagine that it's happening now. You don't have to know all the details as long as the job gets done. And if you're floating, come on back down to your body. Come into your bubble. If your bubble is expanded, draw it back to about 3 feet around you. And notice what you feel. That wonderful interconnectedness to the God of your heart, to all that is created in the universe. To all of mankind. To your own heartbeat. To the chi that you create. Take a moment and just marinate in all this good chi. Let your chakras just soak it all up. And if you're a little lightheaded, or then take a few moments before you get up. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and stretch. Come back to the room. Hello, hello, people. Pew, pew, pew. So that is Reiki energy, kind of a hybrid with some psychic tools, playing, raising our vibration, healing ourselves and others. Because we can. Why not? Somebody's going to have a spontaneous healing today. Why not you? Why not you? How cool would it be if we all did a meditation like this every morning, or ended our day with a meditation like this? How much better would our sleep be if we raised our vibration before we went into our slumber? Wouldn't our dreams be better if we did this kind of stuff? I think so. I mean, I've done it. I believe so. Anyway, I hope this was enjoyable for you. I hope you got something positive out of it. I am Dr. Cynthia Smith. My company is Intuitive Hypnotherapy. This is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy podcast. If you would like to try intuitive healing, if you would like to try Reiki, if you would like to try hypnotherapy, if you think I can help you, there is a way to connect with me for a discovery session, no charge, 20 minutes in the show notes. And you can always reach out to me, hello@drcynthiasmith.com. Until next time, signing off. This is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. I am Dr. Cynthia Smith. Bye for now.